A Plaguelands Media production.
Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another graphic novel review. The third in my series of Batman One Bad Day. This one written by John Ridley, and we are looking at the Penguin. Now, the Penguin has never been one of my favorite Batman villains. Danny DeVito's portrayal in Batman Returns, iconic. The Batman the Animated Series Penguin, fantastic. But I do have to say, out of every version of the Penguin, the version that appears in the video game Arkham City, probably my favorite with that broken bottle monocle. So this, again, fantastic. I have yet to read a bad book from this series. I believe the next one coming up is Mr. Freeze. Really looking forward to that. But I thought, you know what? I'll just do these in the order that they came in the box set, and the Penguin was next. So let's do the Penguin one. I was shocked at how much I fucking love this book. This was really, really great. It was a great portrayal of the Penguin. One that we haven't actually seen since, to be perfectly honest with you, the portrayal of the Penguin in Gotham. Now, I know Gotham had a lot of haters, but I thought that was a fucking fantastic take on Batman, and I loved the Penguin story arc throughout that whole thing. And this reminded me a little bit of that. And you'll see why when we get into the next episode of...
Read a fucking book. 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 People.
Okay, so this is Batman One Bad Day, The Penguin by John Ridley, Giuseppe Camangoli, Cam Smith, and Arif Prianto. Again, Penguin, not one of my favorite Batman villains, but this book is awesome. Last bullet. So we start with the Penguin just sitting on a park bench looking out at Gotham City. He looks destitute. He sees the Batwing flying overhead. This gentleman comes up and the Penguin's like, "Have you got what I want to buy?" And the guy sells him a gun. Doesn't sell him any bullets. He's like, "What do you need this for?" Penguin's like, "I'm going back to Gotham." The guy's like, "Dude, you're a fucking maniac. Don't do that." But you know what? Have a bullet. So the Penguin, with one gun, one bullet, heads back into Gotham. We find out that the Penguin's empire has been taken by the Umbrella Man. So Penguin kind of wants revenge. He sees this woman and he's basically, "Do you want to join my crew?" And she just takes his money and fucks off. He heads to one of his old henchmen, and he knows that this guy sold him out to the Umbrella Man for 25 grand. And he's like, "I want the money." And the guy's like, "You can have whatever's left." And he opens the drawer to get the cash, but there's a gun in there. And he shoots at the Penguin, but the Penguin ends up shooting him in the head. And so now the Penguin has a little more money and a gun with 3 bullets in it. So he goes back to the woman, and he's like, "Here, I got more money now." And she just takes the cash and fucks off again. Batman is flying around in the Batwing, and he's getting all kinds of distress calls and things like that. And he has to pick one. So he does. He picks one that he goes down to kind of help out. These cops are in trouble, and he goes down and beats them up, and the cops thank him, and then he gets more of those distress calls. Penguin goes to this place where he sees one of his old colleagues, this woman called Buster, who we find out is a little person, but her mutation that she has is she has these huge hands that can punch really, really hard. he basically asks her to come back and work for him. And she's like, why should I? You treated me like shit when you got big. I was there for you in the beginning. And then you just ditched me when you got to be too big for your britches. And then he talks about how the Umbrella Man stole everything from him. And he's going after the Umbrella Man. And she's like, you know what? What the hey? He actually, in these pages, he's very humble. Like, he kind of realizes, yeah, he fucked people over in the past. And you can't do that if you want them to stay loyal to you. So I like this change in Penguin. I think it's a really, really good character development. So he goes to see the head of his security, this guy called Frankie, who now works for Umbrella Man. And Frankie just mocks him like, you're fucking nothing. And then Buster just starts beating the shit out of all of them. You can see she's got her oversized hands here. Montoya comes and confronts Batman, and she's like, this Umbrella Man is starting this crime war. We've got to focus on that. And Batman's like, I think Penguin's back in town. I'll deal with that. You deal with the other thing. In the meantime, Buster is just beating the shit out of these people. And Penguin is like, I kind of wish you'd left some of them alive. And then we get a little bit of backstory of Penguin about how he was born into wealth. The Cobblepots were up there with the Thomases, the Waynes, all of those rich people. But because he was born short and fat, he was constantly picked on. And then he had a birthday party, and all of these people came to his birthday party, but he discovered that it was only because his mother had paid everyone $100 to come to his birthday party. And that's when he realized, you know what, there's no point in trying to be nice to people. And it kind of led him towards that life of crime. And then we get Elliot here, who just came in looking for a job. And the Penguin's like, you know what, I've got a job for you. You want to work for me? And Elliot's like, oh, yeah, why not? So they go off together and they go to this place. It's a money laundering place because the Penguin has $250,000 here, and he can use that to start a new criminal empire to go up against the Umbrella Man. He gives Elliot the gun because he says they're not going to suspect you. You don't look tough enough to be wielding a fucking gun. And he goes, when I say your name, when I say Elliot, just shoot them. And Elliot's like, okay. So he goes in there and they confront the money launderer. And the money launderer just laughs at him. And he's like, you know what? You're so fucking disrespectful. I'm going to take you out the back and I'm just going to shoot you. And Cobblepot says, Elliot. And Elliot's like, what? He's like, Elliot, just start shooting. So Elliot just starts firing the gun with 3 bullets. And he misses all 3 people. And then Buster, they basically goes to town and they get the $250,000, but Elliot just starts puking. The money launderer goes to see Umbrella Man. Umbrella Man kills him. But he now knows where Penguin is going. Penguin is going to the guns specialist, Frida. And they go to get rid of the money launderer. Penguin goes to see Frida. Frida's like, we're not doing business with you. Penguin says, I've got 250 grand. Here you go. She's like, nope, no deal. Get the fuck out. And they go off on another job while they're lamenting their bad fortune. Umbrella Man sends his goons to go and kill Frida and her crew so that Penguin can't get his hands on the guns. Everyone is taken down except for Frida and 2 other women. Frida uses the burner phone that Penguin gave her to call Penguin and say, we need to meet. And they formulate a plan. Basically, I love these 2 panels. Penguin is like, listen, I'm not overstepping my bounds here, but can I give you a hug? And she's like, I'd like that. Because she's very against Penguin's misogyny. We find out that Penguin was very, very misogynistic against her and her crew at the beginning. Batman tells Montoya look, I'll go after Penguin. Umbrella Man basically is happy that the crew is dead. The Batman comes and confronts Penguin. Penguin is like, you know what, I'll deal with this. And he has a one-on-one with Batman and basically says to Batman, let me deal with this. When I was running Gotham, when I was running the crime in Gotham, you didn't have to worry about any of this gang war shit. So let me do my thing. And Batman's like, fine, I'll give you one night. And then after one night, I'm coming for you, Pengy. And then he goes back up there. They head to the Iceberg Lounge, Penguin's nightclub. They have a plan. Frida takes out the first round of bodyguards. Elliot and Buster take out the second round of bodyguards. And Penguin goes for Umbrella Man. And he's acting all tough. And Umbrella Man just bitch slaps him right in the face. And he just beats the living shit out of him. And then when he thinks he's won, the Penguin is like, you know what? Everyone was right. I am an animal. And he leaps up and he just rips out Umbrella Man's throat with his teeth. Very reminiscent of Danny DeVito biting that guy's nose in Batman Returns. Buster finds him and everything is back to normal. So we have 5 months later, the Penguin is now in control of Gotham crime again. He has the Iceberg Lounge. He's treating Buster the way she deserved to be treated, the way he didn't treat her in the past. And Batman confronts him and he basically says, listen, things have changed now. You don't understand. I have friends. And we see Elliot, we see Frida's gun crew, we see Buster, and we see the Penguin. And he basically just turns his back and walks away with no fear from Batman himself. And that is the Penguin One Bad Day. We get our covers. I love this one. And then we have our black and whites, which we get in every one of these deluxe issues. This was an eye-opener for me. I never really took the Penguin all that seriously. He was fantastic in No Man's Land, don't get me wrong. But apart from that, you know, you can never get over the Batman, the Penguin, from the old Batman, Adam West Batman, where he's like, wank, 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 wank. So, yeah, what can I say? 3 One Bad Day stories, 3 hits, 3 absolute out of the ballpark hits for me. Loved it. Yeah, what can I tell you? If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. But most importantly, stay safe. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And to quote the Penguin, have a wank, 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 people.